And our shout out tonight for a journalist working for Mother Jones magazine who went undercover in a potentially very dangerous place, inside a private for-profit prison, a place that has worked hard to keep journalists and the public from knowing exactly what's going on inside their walls. The assignment was to get hired as a guard inside this privately run prison known as the Wynn Correctional Center in Winfield, Louisiana.
Soon I'm going to be in there for 8 hours a day, and then soon after that I'm going to be in there for 12 hours a day. Oh, God. This prison is crazy. Beyond anything I ever imagined.
1,500 inmates, overseen by guards making $9 an hour. Mother Jones reporter Shane Bauer was quickly hired.
On one of my first day of trainings, the head of training said to us that at CCA we'll hire anybody. She said, you know, people say that we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, but we're not. But if you have a driver's license and are breathing and are willing to work, then we're willing to hire you.
If you really care about your staff, you're supposed to protect your staff.
Inside a place of chaos and violence, all captured on video by Bauer with a camera hidden in his watch that he smuggled inside.
I was surprised with how kind of bare bones the operation was. You know, there was very little staff. There were, you know, maybe 25 guards for 1,500 prisoners, which kind of leads the prison to be more violent than other prisons in the state. There was an escape while I was there in the middle of the day.
He went up the fence, got on the roof of the building.
The prison staff didn't actually know that he escaped for 2-3 hours.
Not enough people for security.
And Bauer says the prison company cut corners on medical care for the prisoners.
Actually, my first day in the prison, I met a prisoner who had lost his legs and fingers to gangrene.
Never saw a doctor. The whole time.
Bauer says the company is slow to send anyone to an outside hospital because it has to pay the bill.
If we want to act like refugees and animals, then we can do.
We're not acting like it. That's how we're being treated.
Listen to what I say.
Hey, that's how we're being treated.
What kind of pictures you got there? They're my pictures. What you took here don't belong to you.
Bauer's cover was finally blown when a photographer from Mother Jones, James West, was spotted outside the prison taking exterior shots, and Sheriff's Department deputies demanded to see what was on his camera.
Hey, you can't take my camera.
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
You hand me that.
I think the best thing to do is to seize this camera. And we'll get a search warrant and we'll look at them pictures.
If you don't want to give it to me, I will take it.
We found out later that someone at the Sheriff's Department had searched James's video without a warrant, and on that video was an interview that he had done with me that day, talking about working in the prison. So they were able to kind of connect that I was, a journalist.
Bauer quickly moved out, calling in his resignation to the prison company.
I'm actually calling because I've decided to resign.
Bauer's stories in Mother Jones and a subsequent book got the attention of the U.S. Department of Justice.
And shortly afterwards, the Obama administration announced that they were going to stop using private prisons on the federal level. This, of course, was reversed as soon as Donald Trump became president. So now it's kind of, it's back to where it was before.
All the more reason that Bauer's undercover reporting is now so important.
Yeah, I mean, we have a rich tradition of undercover journalism in this country, and it's only in the last couple decades that we haven't seen it as much. And I think that we have a right to see, when companies are serving as public institutions, what they are doing. And if they're not going to allow us access, then we have to figure out how to get it.
In a statement, the company that ran that prison at the time, now known as Core Civic, said Bauer's conduct was reckless, could have jeopardized safety and security, and that he obtained employment under false pretenses. But on his application, Bauer did describe himself as a writer and used the name of the Mother Jones parent company as his employer. So that seems very much on the up and up. Most telling, the statement did not address in any way the appalling conditions Bauer discovered inside the prison, which is no longer owned by that same company. So our shout out tonight for Shane Bauer and Mother Jones for allowing Americans to see what happens when important public services and functions are turned over to companies whose first priority is to make a profit. It's not a pretty picture. That's our program for tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you back here again next week. Good night.